Hey guys, it's Scott from fxmissions.com. Just a note, I've finished the trilogy of Anthologies from the Forefront, and all 3 books are currently available on Amazon.
Take your leadership to the next level. It's time for the Foundational Missions Leadership Moment with Scott McClelland of FX Missions.
Hi, Scott McClelland. Thanks for joining us for the FX Missions Leadership Moment. Appreciate you being involved. Yeah, and we would really encourage you to reach out. Any leadership questions or answers that you have, we'd love to hear from you. This is a work in progress, and we appreciate your participation and your contribution. So as for the leadership moment, get involved. How can you do that, you say? How about an email to info@fxmissions.com to get the program started? We look forward to hearing from you, and we thank you for being around, being involved, and hopefully we're being an encouragement to you. Please let us know by rating us on iTunes or whatever podcast format that you listen on. We're just finishing up a few series, if you will, on the road. We've been recently in Chiang Mai, Thailand, as well as in the western parts of Nicaragua with some events and other things that were going on there. We were able to grab quite a bit of content from a variety of people who were involved in the leadership efforts and things that were going on there. So we turned those into series, the Chiang Mai series on location and the Nicaragua on location series, where we heard from a lot of folks, and we really appreciate that contribution when it comes to varieties of perspectives in leadership. For me, that's one of my favorite things, because I get to hear and learn and understand and know people better. And that's a lot of the point in my case, is to know folks, know what makes them tick, and understand the way they perceive leadership. Across generations, if you can believe it, we see leadership differently. And I want to keep my perspective informed and up to date, especially because I'm working with a lot of people who are a good bit younger than I am. So I think that's important. I just want to take a few episodes here to talk with you, give you some heads up on some things that are going on. We're going to be traveling very soon in Mexico, in Central America, and in Africa, in Thailand, and in other parts as well. So we'd appreciate very much your prayer support, and reach out to us and let us know that you're standing with us for the gospel in the far-flung places of the world. And we really appreciate that. If you haven't heard these on-location series, both Chiang Mai and the Nicaragua series, we'd encourage you to go back and take a listen to those. You can get those on our website, as well as there's a lot of other stuff on our website. If you don't get them podcast delivered in your favorite podcast app like iTunes or Stitcher, Google Play, feel free to go to the fxmissions.com/podcast page, and there's a lineup of podcasts there you can listen to right from the browser or however you like to listen. So yeah, we encourage you to go back and do that. One thing we wanted to take a few minutes to do is just to update you on something that's coming down. And this is kind of inspired by our own location series, if you will. As I've listened to the leadership moment, realizing that there's just a snapshot, just a small piece of what we're capturing from folks. When we do a leadership moment, we try to keep it brief, because we want to not think for you, but encourage you to think. And that's a strong part of the format of less than 10 minutes. But also we realize that we're not getting a chance to know very well the people that we're interviewing. So we are ready for a drum roll here. Can we get a sound effect? Anyway, we are starting a brand new podcast, different format. The format coming will be 40-minute one-time monthly. So it's a one-time monthly 40-minute podcast. And the name of that podcast, From the Forefront, the webpage that's associated with it, fromtheforefront.com. So you can spell that all out, or you can use the number 4 in its place. But From the Forefront, fromtheforefront.com. And this is going to be our 40-minute, one-time, monthly format where we're going to take a chance to get to know those people who are on the front lines in more detail, find out about their life lessons, what they've learned in the field, maybe what they expected when they went, how that's different from what they've experienced. And we're really, I don't know if excited is the right word, but we're really stoked, maybe, is that the same thing? Yeah, we're really looking forward to getting the message, the life message, really, of some folks that we know and have met on the field in front of you as a way to inspire you and help you get engaged, maybe help you take courage in your pursuit of what the Lord's calling you to do among the nations, as he's calling all of us into the nations, some of us close to home and others far away. So look forward to that. From the Forefront. We'll be telling you more about that downrange. And a couple more episodes here. We're going to talk into just some housekeeping items and give you some leadership tips. And we appreciate very much you listening to the Leadership Moment. If you know someone who could benefit from this content, please encourage them to check us out at fxmissions.com/podcast, or please go to our site. There's several years of content that's out there, some of it controversial. But yeah, check us out. We appreciate that very much. Blessings to you. Thanks for listening to the FX Missions Leadership Podcast. If you'd like to contact me or us, please do so at fxmissions.com. Until next time, I'm Scott McClelland, and have a good one.
This Leadership Moment was produced in partnership with Engaging Missions. Have your leadership question answered by contacting Scott at fxmissions.com. Visit FX Missions to learn more about how you can grow your leadership and engage in missions. Visit engagingmissions.com for encouragement, insight, and resources from missionaries, ministry leaders, and church planters.